Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight UK, Season 10, Episodes 3 and 4. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. We're going to start with Ashley and Grace. Now, I'm glad I was trying to see some redeeming qualities for Ashley because after a while, Grace was starting to warm up to him. At the beginning of the honeymoon though, he was still saying some things that were pissing her off.
Didn't feel I had to sleep like a pencil last night. You're very respectful.
I've got respect for you being like that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you're not that person, so...
What if I was that person?
Old school morals and people that respect themselves. That is something that I asked for.
Big no for me, double standards.
I literally wrote down, it's unfortunate because I get what he's saying, but the way it comes across sounds very judgmental. Like, I do understand some of the things that Ashley's talking about. It's just that delivery, especially when it comes to this whole like who has good morals thing. Oh, if you're not, down to sleep with somebody early on, you have good morals. If you, what was the other thing too? Because she didn't kiss him at the altar, you have good morals. It's not so black and white. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could be sexually liberated and have good morals. Somebody could be conservative and be an absolute tyrant. Like that, it's not black and white. Like living by certain principles doesn't necessarily mean you're a person with great values, good morals. Like, it's not a direct correlation to me. He says some things again that's like, well, she points out things that he said about who he would be attracted to, and she also finds that to be offensive. And he's like, well, that's just my preference. What am I supposed to do? Which again, your preference is your preference. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the way it comes across is what's important, They end up doing a date centered around some kind of martial arts, right? And he's being very touchy-feely, and she's uncomfortable with that. And for a second, I was thinking to myself, sir, aren't you the same one who said a woman who doesn't put out so quickly is a woman of good morals? Now here you are touching up on said woman like a creepy uncle at the family reunion. How does the two make sense? How does that make sense at the same time? I'm confused. Anyways, later on, Grace does explain that the touching is a sensory thing for her. She's never really been a fan of physical touch for a long time. We do see her touch him a little bit more as time went on. So I think it's in part a sensory thing, but also just a comfortability thing. He was getting too familiar with her way too quickly. So it was just sensory overload, literally, right? She does also say that after spending some more time with him, she does see that he is a sweet and genuine guy. She really does enjoy his company. They start even having little inside jokes between each other. I said, oh, well, that's cute. Ashley did admit that he tends to put his foot in his mouth, and sometimes he says things that he doesn't mean. Check that. Certain things you can kind of read the room and think, maybe I shouldn't say that. Like, let's think before we speak. And also, Grace at the beginning said she doesn't want to be with somebody who she has to consistently teach. So yes, we could learn from each other in relationships, but you're not a child. You're a grown man. You know what things are appropriate and what things are inappropriate to say. So next to get married is Leah, who is very headstrong, and Lee, who believes that she is more than her looks, even though she's really into her looks.
At work, I'm like a powerhouse. I'm a consultant in the construction industry. Got to get shit done. I'm a masculine energy, then I've got like a really girly side as well. My ideal person would be emotionally intelligent. I always go for a girly girl.
I do definitely take pride in my appearance. I definitely am a really feminine, girly girl. They assume I'm going to be a little bit of an airhead. I'm not at all. I like my crystals and the energy that they give off. Currently, I work in a GP surgery doing clinical coding. I'm now doing a degree in counselling.
They're both into spirituality, so you would think they would understand each other on that level. We learn quickly that's not the case. They both seem to be at their wits' end when it comes to relationships, especially when they're looking around at the people in their circles who are living a life that they wished for themselves. They both also struggle with vulnerability. However, Leah believes that she has worked through that. And when the experts asked her, well, how can we trust that you are open to being vulnerable? She said, well, I just said it. Okay, it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it, okay? Before the ceremony, we hear Lee talk about wanting a woman who's more masculine, like in touch with her masculinity, but not too masculine, and also in touch with her femininity, but not too feminine, but also not a STEM, which is a mix of femininity and masculinity. What do you want? Like, really, what do you want? It was at this point that I knew, oh, she's going to be difficult for just being difficult. Like, just being difficult for difficult's sake.
Hi.
Hi.
You okay? Nice hair, nice teeth, nice eyes. Leah and Lee. Perfect.
She's absolutely stunning. I'm not sure if she does have a masculine side.
Can you hold me stone?
Did she just call my crystal a stone? I want to get to know if she does have a masculine side to find that physical attraction. Fuck.
Of course, we know that Lee does not have to be attracted to Leah, but the lack of attraction is because she can't put a finger on whether or not Leah is masculine or feminine. She thinks that she's beautiful, though. So, okay. I'm not even going to get into that before somebody tries to cook me a child. Then she starts to say things like, oh, you know, I'm a slow burner. Sometimes I recharge by like spending time on my own. And even on the wedding night, they didn't spend time together. She's just starting to put up all these barriers to justify why she's not being physical with Leah, or she's not even trying. She can't stand talking to the girl for more than 5 minutes. You know, it's. Yeah. Throughout the reception, she's still trying to figure out if Leah is more masculine than she is feminine. Leah does say, I don't really fall under any of the like descriptive words, but if I was to say, I would say I am more feminine. That was not a turn on for Miss Lee. Then when they're talking about what they plan on doing on their honeymoon and stuff, Leah loves adventurous things. She wants to do zip lining and skiing and stuff like that. Leah's not with it at all. She feels like she doesn't want to do anything that Leah wants to do because that goes against her boundaries. And she's not going to compromise her boundaries for anybody. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not everything that you need to do, but like you're shutting down the possibility of things just because you don't like this girl. Literally just because you don't like this girl. Because when she picked something that she likes, she wanted to go up the mountain and zip line down. Lee had a problem because apparently she was starting to feel claustrophobic and she's afraid of heights and all that stuff. So, okay, fine. That didn't work out for you. Then she gets something that's a little bit more speed, which is a massage. You have a problem with that too. Oh, you're not a good masseuse. Oh, you're hurting my back. Oh, you need to go into training and stuff. You want to be difficult for difficult's sake. Leah hasn't really put a step wrong. She's really been trying. It's Lee who's the problem. Cut to the other couples. We have Nelly and Steven, who really are going from strength to strength. Like, it seems like there wasn't a single hiccup that they had. The only issue that could come up is the fact that Nelly is a nitpicker. So she's already starting to look for things to find issue with regarding Steven, and he hasn't even given her a reason to question him. So that's probably going to be an issue down the line. She is reassured by the fact that he has never cheated before, but like he also didn't give you any cheating vibes already. So why? I don't know. She's definitely looking for problems. Kia and David are also having a great time. He says that he is, if you know which he I'm talking about. Kia says that he's besotted by David. David says that he is falling in love with Kia. They both are now on the same wavelength regarding the whole humor thing. There was a time where David was full belly, cock your head back laughing. And I said, aw, look at that. People know that communication is really important, but when it comes to practicing it, they falter. So it's good that these two noticed a communication issue and fixed it, because it's night and day how they were at the beginning of their honeymoon compared to now. Same with Ashley and Grace. That communication is so important. I actually saw a video today, which, so real. It basically was talking about how one moment could have turned into like a year, like years of a nasty relationship, simply because communication could have been an issue.
Oh, I look great. No, you don't. Right. What? No, you don't. Do you say you look great? Great. Sorry!
I love that video because the misunderstanding was immediately cleared up. If that had happened in another context, perhaps it would have gone differently. Like, I know it would have gone differently with some friends I've had and some friends you've had or currently have. I can see it in my mind's eye, the girl on the right going, sneaky, dirty look, but not actually saying anything. Just keeping it all inside and only bringing it up 2 years later as her reasoning for sabotaging your wedding.
I've been in plenty of those situations. You interpret something one way, the other person interprets it another way. Probably neither person had ill intent, but that miscommunication just caused issues. So yeah, glad that these couples are realizing that talking things through will get you far in a marriage. A couple that has no hope, no matter how much they talk things through, is Dean and Sophie. Listen, he's trying to be like jokey or romantic. Nothing is working. She's now upset that he was making animal noises, but she's being extra because the animal noises were in context to something. Like, I think he said, oh, he feels like a dog in bed or something. And then he started barking and she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that he's barking right now. Like, ugh, girl.
Oh, hello, Vera. Yeah, it's nice here though. Pretty mint. Thai Basel. Didn't work.
Stop that. Please, honestly, just stop.
Everything about him just repulses her. She was asked by the producers what would make her attracted to him, and she says if he loses weight and gets tattoos. Obviously, that's unrealistic. So, yeah, the likelihood is that they're not going to make it through this experiment. I'd be surprised if they make it to the first commitment ceremony at this point. Yeah, God loves a trier, and he's really, really trying. But Sarah doesn't see it for you, Dean. Like, I know she's being asked these questions. She's being asked by the producer. She's being asked by Dean. But there's a way to deliver honesty without being callous, you know? And she says, you know, I'm just sharing my opinion. I'm telling you how I feel, which is fair and fine. Thank you for your honesty. But what is it? Honesty without care is cruelty or something like that. Just, you know, there's a nicer way to convey what you're trying to say. But then again, with somebody like Dean, is he going to take that niceness as an opportunity? Is he going to think there's still a chance? Oof, that's a complicated one. Next to get married is Mave, who was the life of the party, and Joe, who claims that he is softer than he looks.
It's my longest ever relationship. I like having a good laugh with the lasses. I am a typical Newcastle Raji. My current love life is a shit show. Oh, I would like a man that is motivated, tattoos, but with a heart of gold.
I definitely get judged by the way I look. I think people assume certain things about me. How's love life going, Joy? It's non-existent, to be fair, mate. I do get carried away pretty quickly when I meet someone I'm attracted to. I am pretty guilty of rushing into things with people I'm attracted to.
Mave says that she has had horrible relationships in the past, and she admits that she takes that hurt from the past relationship into the next relationship. Why the hell was she chosen? Why was she chosen to be on this show? Sometimes I feel like these Married at First Sight people actually make a mockery of marriage. Not because of the experiment side of it, but because of like the people they choose to put together, knowing it's a train wreck. You mean to tell me this girl openly said to y'all that she doesn't heal from her old relationships, and furthermore, she's gonna take that baggage purposefully and apply it into the next one to somebody who is none the wiser. They ain't got nothing to do with the baggage that you're bringing in. Absolutely not. No way. No. So she's still in her party girl era. However, she is a mom and an entrepreneur. The entrepreneurial thing, I do think that Joe could relate to. He too is an entrepreneur. Problem is, I think he's a PT, and he has female clients that he has crossed the line with before. Sir. That's not great. That's not great at all. He claims that he's a changed man. Let's see. She, like I said, is a mother. I didn't see Joe talk about wanting children. I didn't see him talk too much about family in general. So I wonder if that's going to be a point of contention. It was never brought up at the wedding, at the reception. So I wonder when it's going to come up. He does, however, say he loves a strong personality. He loves a woman who's a go-getter. And he got that. He definitely got that. So Mave decides that she's going to wear black to her wedding because she's somewhat of a dark horse. And because she, what was the other one? She's laying her single life to rest, right? Joe has some mixed feelings with that.
A horse? I can't believe she's on a horse.
Hello.
Hiya, Don, you all right?
You okay?
He's all right. He's got a lovely smile. He's covered in tattoos. The experts have done really, really well.
You like tattoos, don't you? I I certainly didn't expect to be riding in on a horse. You're meant to wear like black for a funeral, not a wedding.
And you're even wet right now.
I don't know, I'm still trying to work things out. You ready?
Yeah, you.
I'm not sure.
Mave is over the moon to be married to Joe. She's so excited. She feels like he is top 5 finest men she has ever encountered. Love that for her. However, her husband doesn't feel the same. He feels like she might not be his type. And I say might not because that's what he said. Like, he wasn't trying to be certain. I think he was trying to be nice. And that's the thing with being nice. Sometimes being nice leaves some room to think that there's an opportunity. I think that she is not his type. It didn't help that, you know, she came in black. She says that she can get very argumentative, especially when she's drinking. He does not like that she's a wild child at all. That's the life that he's trying to put behind him. So yeah, that first impression, it wasn't a good one, and it hasn't been getting better as the day continued. She loves the fact that he's tatted up. She hasn't even seen all of his tattoos, and she's eating it up anyways. Baby girl, I hope you hold on tight to him, because as soon as Sarah finds him, you better hope that he doesn't consider Sarah to be his type. Because if he does, Mama, you're gonna have to wear a white dress now, because let's revive that single life. The last to get married is Julia Ruth, who was a dancer from New Zealand, and what's his name? Devani, who is a musician. I'll be so honest with you guys, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just taken by the couple. I didn't write anything down about their little introduction package thing. Not a damn thing. So we're just gonna skip to the weddings. At the wedding, when the crowd was getting hype seeing them together, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah!
You're beautiful, man.
Thank you.
No. Absolutely blown away.
Really, really handsome. A little bit shorter than I expected.
I now invite you to share your first kiss.
A bit saucy in the kiss.
Got like soft lips and Devani has got a really, really, really nice presence and energy about him. I think I got a little crush.
I feel like they are so perfectly matched, at least at the date of publication. They looked so good together. They looked so happy. They have a similar banter. They both find each other very attractive. And I gotta say, I love that for me, because y'all know we tend to get done dirty on these Married at First Sight shows, no matter if it's in North America or abroad. Oh gosh, it's always a mess. So to see them look so compatible, loved it, right? Later when they were taking pictures, they realized that they are both nerds. She loved the fact that he had an Endgame reference in his speech because she's a movie buff. And then at the reception, all they could do was rave about each other.
I'm completely happy.
Yeah?
Completely. Everything I always wanted.
How do you feel?
Conversation was flowing. What I've wanted in a person is delivering.
Wait, back. The kiss?
He pulled me in.
Did he actually?
Pull me in, daddy. Like that. You know me, that's what I
I literally wrote down, favorite couple. Or so I thought, because in the preview, it looks as if what's his name again? Devani. Okay, y'all know who I'm talking about. It seems like he is very negative. And Julia Ruth is not gonna like that. Julie Ruth, oh my gosh, why is this couple messing with my head? She's not a fan, because why are you gonna be a Debbie Downer? Ain't nothing gonna dry up your coochie faster than a Debbie Downer. So we'll see if they'll be able to work through it. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.